Tomorrow will come, and girl, I can't wait. It's Anna. Yo. Weekly Talks anniversary, nigga. Yeah. Yesterday was the anniversary. October 18th. That shit went by so damn fast. I had planned to kind of you know what I'm saying, update the intro and shit, but I ain't get my computer yet, so yeah, I'm being lazy. I think I could have did it on here. I gotta give me a little intro. So what it do, man? 1 year anniversary. I can't believe it's been a year, man. What the fuck? That man big as hell. I can't call him Big Poppy, bro. I call him, what's his real name? What his damn real name is? Hold on, I'm sorry, yeah. What are you doing? The topic of today: why I don't go to church. Why I don't go to church. I don't knock people for going to church. I don't care if you're going to church. See, this the difference between hell no. This the difference between us and them. We don't give a fuck about what you do. But for some reason, they give a fuck about what you do. Motherfucker want to control every motherfucking thing. We don't give a damn. You get vaccinated. I don't give a fuck. You go to church. I don't give a fuck. You do the opposite of me. I don't care. I support individualism. I don't support herdism. Herdism. I don't promote that shit. You know what I mean? Just like, you know what I'm saying? Do they repeat this? Hold on, wait a minute. What time is it, man? Damn it. Hold on, y'all. I gotta see something because this is confusing. Oh, that's it. That's what's going on. They just did this. I finally understood this now. My bad, y'all. I'm watching First Things First, but I think they repeat they shit every 2 hours, and I ain't know this shit. Yeah, why I don't go to church? Number one, to me, it's fake. It's fake. People fake. Everything fake about that place. And mind you, I ain't go to one church, nigga. I went to several churches. I went to white church, black church, local church, mega church. Any type of church you could think of, I went to, except the Church of Satan. You feel me? So I ain't judging off one church. This is off several churches. You feel me? I was at a point in my life, man, where I felt like I needed to find God, per se. I needed help. I needed some guidance. I needed some guidance. Just to sum it up, I wanted to find God. I wanted to do better. I wanted to be better. I wanted all that shit for myself. So I decided to go back to church because I grew up in church. I did. I grew up in church. I hated it. I mean, it was fun, but I hated it. I liked it because of the girls and the little field trip. We used to have a vacation Bible school and shit. We used to go out of town and shit. It was fun, man. It was real fun. We used to play, all that shit. Yeah, I ain't gonna speak on the little other shit I did in church. We ain't gonna talk about that on here, but I had fun in church. I went to several churches when I was young. But it was a point in time where I wanted to find God. I wanted to be closer to God. Like, I really wanted that. Like, I couldn't fake it, bro. Like, I really need this, man. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, shit, what other place can I go other than the church? I'm like, let me go to church. Like, I was dedicated, nigga. Like, my mind was made. I stopped smoking. I stopped drinking. I stopped doing all that shit. I stopped hoeing around. I stopped cussing. I stopped, bro, I was like on that shit, fool. Like, I was like on it. I stopped doing everything, bro. Everything bad. Like, I went cold turkey for a good 6 months, close to a year. Like 6 to 8 months. I did that. I really did. I did that. And well, anyway, I went to church and come to find out these bastards was just like, if not worse than the niggas on the street. Doing the same little gang stalking shit. Just, the same little uh 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 conniving shit, sneaky shit. And then a part of it is my fault. How part of it, I'm finna say what he said. Part of it was my fault because I held them to a higher standard than a regular person, a regular civilian. I'm talking about church people, period. Not just the pastor, every motherfucker in the congregation I held to a standard. And that was my fault because at the end of the day, we human. Like, I ain't trying to sound cliche, like, we are literally human. Everybody is a work in progress. And that was my fault for feeling like these folks was perfect or damn near perfect. But it was to the point of, like, even though it was that, it was like, damn, nigga, you acting like these motherfuckers out here who don't go to church, who don't know God. You feel what I'm saying? Like, what's the point of you being here if you like these niggas out here? And you go here every Sunday. You probably go there all throughout the week. Wednesday Bible study, Thursday, Sunday prep Bible study, Saturday getting ready for Sunday sermon. You probably be in church 3-4 times out the week, and you act just like these niggas who don't go at all. You just hide behind Jesus. Feel what I'm saying? Like, I can't respect that shit. I can't respect that. I can't get with that shit. Look at this nigga. I can't respect that shit, bro. I really can't. And it wasn't at one church. It was a lot of churches that did that shit. I'm like, damn, how you gonna exhibit gang stalking behavior in the house of the Lord, man? That don't make any sense to me. That's why I'm like, church ain't really nothing but a building full of fake people. That's it. And then they love doing that motherfucking. I had one church. I went to a local church. This was in St. Louis. All this happened in St. Louis. I went to a local church, and I went to show support. It was this dude. He was like, I used to go to the YMCA up the street, and we stayed in Carondelet. You know, that nice ass YMCA. And it was this dude who used to stand up on that corner all the time. He used to have some purple cards. And I always used to drive by him and shit. So one day, so happened, I walked. No, I didn't walk. I drove. I drove one time. Sometimes I walked, sometimes I drove. This time I drove. And the man gave me the card. Boom. I'm like, okay, boom, he was cool dude, young dude. So I'm like, fuck it, I'ma go. Man, I went. Small little church, I didn't care. Like, I don't care how small your church, I don't care. I want to hear the word. I don't care about how big your church is. So he went probably like 30 people, 30, 40 people. If that, probably about 20, 25, 20 to 30. And I'm listening, yada, yada, yada. And you know how, if you a TI like me, you know when they do this double talk, double speak, third person shit, it's like sneak dissing basically. You know what if you one of us, you know what I'm saying. So he was like, that nigga was, I'm paraphrasing. He was like, cause I used to do this thing where I'll cuss and then I apologize, and I kept doing it all the time. I was trying to stop this shit. So, you know how they always do this. They know something, but they ain't gonna let you know that they know. So they speak it out loud to make you look crazy when you be like, hey, they talking about me, but they don't say it to you. They conversate it away from you and loud enough for you can hear it. Like shit that you only know. You feel what I'm saying? So they did that shit. The pastor actually did this. And his wife was in the front pew. So he was like, yeah, you try to do better. You keep on apologizing. That, and he wasn't saying it like he trying to help a nigga. He was saying it like he talking about a nigga. Like you talking about a nigga to your boy. Man, that bitch ass nigga, man, I'll tell you, man, that brother, he was talking like that. So I'm like, damn, nigga. I'm listening like this nigga talking about like, I mean, I know I ain't the only nigga that do that, but it's like, come on, my nigga. I'm like presently doing this shit. Like I'm presently doing this shit. He said, you keep on doing it and then you apologize and keep doing it. You really don't apologize. You really don't mean it. You really don't mean it. And his wife in the front pew, yup. She turned around. She kind of glanced at me a little bit. She ain't stared at me. She kind of looked around. And you know how people look around like they want to look at one person, but they look at 2-3 people before they get to you. And they kind of look at you a mini second longer than the other motherfuckers. That's what she did. She was like, yup, yup. I'm like, this old ghetto ass motherfuckers. You old man, bruh. I wanna say some shit. They in the church. I ain't gonna, even though it's a fake church for fake people, I ain't finna say call no names, bro. But that shit was disgusting. Disgusting. So I left and didn't come back. I'm like, good sermon. I shook hands, and his wife was still acting all one of them. He probably like, how old he was? He probably like 50, late 40s, early 50s. You could tell he was a former street nigga. Yeah, former street niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool. I'm like, bitch. I'm talking about his wife. I'm like, bitch. Where your skeleton? Though you different. You ain't no different from me. Like your skeleton's hitting. If everybody know your motherfucking skeletons, you wouldn't be humping. That's what I don't like about church. These motherfuckers got skeletons in their closet, but it's in their closet. Don't nobody know. So they go and point the finger at other motherfuckers. Like your shit full. Your door finna break. But you got the nerve to talk about another nigga who admittingly wanna do better. Who wanna do better? Like you knocking a nigga for wanting to do better. And there's other niggas in there who don't wanna be there. But you, hey baby, how you doing? Hey baby. But the nigga who wanna do better, bitch, I'll slap the shit out of you. Slap them big ass hats off your motherfucking ass. Women is pathetic in church, bro. All of them, women and men, but mostly be them women. They fuck. Probably fucking the pastor. Probably fucking the drummer. Fucking them young dudes in there. Only reason you want to go to church so you can show off your new fucking hat. And dance, act like you got the Holy Ghost. You ain't, that's your club. That's old people club, the church. Fake a Holy Ghost. Fake a Holy Ghost. I seen people have like, they wasn't hooting and hollering, nigga. They was crying. I had that happen before. I cried. Oh, thank you, Jesus. It was a lady in my church a long time ago. She used to do this all the time. Thank you, Jesus. She was real deal in it. You can feel it through her, bruh. Like she real deal was thanking the Lord, bruh. Then you got the fake one. Dancing and shit, twerking on like, sit your granny panty wearing ass down. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. That's what I don't like that shit, bro. In the past, I always talk about prosperity. Why you always talking about prosperity? Talk about this spiritual warfare that's going on out here, man. Talk about if me and you meet face to face. Why is this shit going on in our heads that's telling us to do other shit? Why is it motherfuckers in your head, the demons and the whoever control your thoughts and your emotions and your whatever you need to do that's telling you signals in your head to do to me? Why am I fighting the demons that you trying to put on me? Why are you sniffing and coughing forcefully to get me to notice it in church? Talk about that shit. Talk about this gang stalking shit. You always want to talk about how can you get rich and talk about how to make your marriage work. Fuck all that, nigga. We in the end times, nigga. Talk about how to get closer to the Lord. Pastors ain't shit. Ain't shit. You don't ever talk about real shit. You always talk about marriage. You always talk about your testimony, what you've been through. I know what you've been through. I've been there. Fuck all that. Talk about spiritual warfare. Talk about the devil's tactics. Don't just talk about drinking, you an alcoholic, and you're doing drugs. That's kindergarten shit, nigga. We past that, nigga. Everybody know you don't need to be getting drunk and driving. And come on, nigga. Let's talk about real internal. Look, Rex Ryan, big belly ass, Santa Claus belly ass. I can't talk. I got a belly. I'm just saying, like, talk about the root of the problem, not the surface. Anybody can talk about using drugs, prostituting, greed. You know, the basic bullshit that we've been hearing since we was little. Fornicating. Everybody know about, man, talk about the root problem. Talk about the wheat and the tares, man. Talk about the wheat and the tares, bro. Talk about the Nephilim. Talk about the fallen angels that's still here now. Talk about when they made it with our women to make the men of renown is what they call. I think that's what they call. And how they're here now. Talk about demonic possession. Talk about I can't get these words out. Talk about consenting your soul to the beast system. Talk about that. You don't never talk about that because you a fucking coward. Talk about that. No, I'm tired of hearing about the same bullshit every sermon. It's the same bullshit. I got a coworker, she put me on this dude. He a young dude. He preach or whatever. I'm like, let me get this dude a chance. Let me listen to bro. He wasn't talking about shit. The same shit. He's just a young dude and he mixed pop culture to it. That's it. Pop culture. That's it. Oh, to make the people laugh. Oh, I like this guy. Fuck that, nigga. Talk about real shit. I don't want to hear you put pop culture in your shit. I don't want to hear Gucci Mane Brr in your sermon and WAP in your sermon. They always want to put a current nasty song in their sermon for the young folks to make it seem like he cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go back Sunday because he said WAP. Ooh, Pastor, no WAP. He cool. The fuck out of here, man. That shit's so fucking lame and played out. I guarantee you, I ain't went to church since WAP came out. Before then, but since WAP came out, and I guarantee you, hundreds and thousands of pastors said WAP in their sermon. Y'all running around here singing WAP. You need to be young lad, man. Fuck that. You singing the same. I ain't saying they wrong, but dude, you singing the same old song. You ain't talking about shit. Why you think niggas still out here as soon as they leave the church, they go do what they do? You don't talk about shit. You ain't even supposed to talk about real shit. That's the problem. All them pastors is compromised. They can't talk about gang stalking, nigga. Everybody know about gang stalking. Everybody. It's not called gang stalking over there. They gave it a term. We call it gang stalking. We gave it the term. They probably call it something else. They don't talk about that though. They continue the practices in the church. Disgusting motherfuckers. Now that's trifling. Yeah, I may be trifling. Yeah, I am trifling, but that's trifling. But you think it's all right. You point the finger at me. No, bitch, that's trifling. You playing with the Lord, bro. You done lost a nigga who trying to go up in that motherfucker trying to find the Lord. He gone. I can imagine how many other people went in there trying to get their life right and you shoo them away by that punk ass, puss ass practices that y'all do. I can see it being out here in the street. You do it in church. Shooing people away. You think you ain't finna be punished by that? Motherfucker. And I realized I didn't need that shit, and I don't need that shit. I've been better off without that. Matter of fact, I felt fucking, what's that word? Restraint. I did. I ain't saying I'm glad I could do whatever I want to do. I want to do whatever I ain't saying it. I'm saying I felt restraint as a person, soul-wise, emotionally. It just felt fake. You feel me? I ain't with that shit. It's a bunch of fake shit in there. I told you I'm with the black and white churches now. It ain't just the blacks. Come on. Shit. Hell no. Oh man, oh God. I seen so many of them motherfuckers. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is you finna do? Hey, you never know. Them motherfuckers probably got some shit. Who is that? Who is that, Jones? Who is that? Oh, that ain't Jones. Just saying, bro. I can't stand that shit. All of them the same, my nigga. All of them. All of them. All right, come on, man. Shit. Like I said, you can go to church you want. I ain't shaming you. I ain't. Excuse me. I ain't saying you going to hell for going to church. I ain't saying none of that shit, bro. I'm just saying, like, that ain't for me. And one more thing. Just because you go to church don't mean you're going to heaven. Just because you go to church faithfully don't mean you go to heaven, nigga. And just because you do good works don't mean you're going to heaven. They don't tell that in church. They don't say that in church. They don't say that. No, it ain't your works. You know how many evil rich motherfuckers that done evil to get the money and then feel like, okay, let me donate $1 million every year that maybe I can make it to heaven. No, it's about you and your connection with the Lord, brother. It ain't what how much money you donate. It ain't got shit to do with that. The Lord don't care about money. He made it. What nigga care about money who made the world, bro? That's how fucking retarded humans are. Oh God, he'll love if I get him $1 million. Bro, the man created the whole world, nigga. Are you crazy? Like he said, are you crazy, dude? Let me help this old lady across the street. Maybe you'll get rid of when I finesse little twine off that. That can make up for that. Niggas always think they do bad. Okay, let me do good to override the bad. Nigga, no, that don't work like that, nigga. What the fuck? Why do niggas do that? There's people out there that really think that, okay, I really need to steal this from him, and then tomorrow I'm gonna help this lady put the bags in the car at Kroger. Maybe that's gonna balance it out. No, nigga, it's not. It's about your connection with the Heavenly Father, bro. It's about acknowledging He's the Alpha and Omega. It's about acknowledging that His Son died for the sins of the world. Believing in your heart, nigga, wholeheartedly. That's what makes you go to heaven. That's what's going to make you, man, how can I say it? That's what's going to land you in heaven. Understanding that no one gets to the Father but by Him. The Son. Acknowledging that. Believing it in your heart that there is a God. It's not rocket science, as they try to make it. It's not rocket science. It's about repenting. Hey, I'm still learning too, man. I don't know it all. I don't have it all down pat. I'm the first to tell you, my nigga, you know me. I am not perfect. You know that. I don't try to be. I try to do better, but like I'm not trying to be perfect. Well, you can say trying to be perfect since I'm trying to be like the Lord, because that's what people who, you know, follow Him strive to be more like. Look at the baby. But, you know, I'm not perfect, bro. I don't know everything. I don't know everything about the Lord, bro. I don't have the strongest connection with Him. I don't. You know, but I know the fundamentals. I'm like Tim Duncan. No matter how old I am, nigga, I'm still dominating. I'm still getting it in. You feel me? I know the fundamentals. I'm Tom Brady. No matter how old I am, nigga, I got the fundamentals. You feel me? It's about fundamentals. Fundamentals is like having a connection with the Lord. That's the fundamentals of life. That's life. That's the key to life. Having a connection with the Lord. That's the key to life. It ain't about who drink the most water, who exercise the most, who speak the best, who dress the best, who know more people, who know more rich people, who got the most money, who do more for other people than the other. No, it's about a connection with the Lord, bro. It's about acknowledging your Lord and Savior. That's it. That's it. It's not hard. You got to put your pride aside, put your ego aside, and acknowledge Him as your Lord and Savior. Acknowledge Him as the center of your fucking existence. Period. If you want to put a period at the end of that. Sorry, Lord. Put a period at the end of that. That's all you need to do. The Lord don't make it difficult to find Him, bro, or acknowledge Him. He here. He right here. He ain't made it hard. He ain't make it. You do the gymnastics, nigga. Okay, I want you to do 50 jumping jacks every day. I want you to help an old lady across the street. I want you to remarry your wife, renew your vows every year. I want you to donate $500K. Ain't none of that, nigga. All you gotta do is have a relationship with Him. Acknowledge He is the Alpha and Omega. Acknowledge that His Son came to die for the sins of the world. You can't get to the Father but by Him. I'm not a pastor, nigga. I'm just telling you the fucking truth. I'm not even a pastor, bro. I ain't even go to school for this shit. It's simple. You don't need to go to school for this shit. It don't take a theology degree to know the Lord is the key to life. All they do in theology school is teach you how to open and the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You don't need that, bro. You don't need that. I mean, it's entertaining, it's cool. But that's it. Entertainment. Okay. That's it. That's it. Entertainment. I ain't gonna lie. It's two things I like about church. The songs, boy, them black choirs, bro. Oh my gosh. Can't no choir on earth fuck with a black choir. I will go to church just for the choir. Oh my gosh. My church that I go to from time to time, if I do go, I go to the church. Coleman Chapel, CME Church. Nigga, we got, last time I went, we had like 5 or 6 people in the choir. And them motherfuckers sounded like 100 people, bro. Bruh. Our choirs used to sing in the little, what's them just called? They used to do this every year, a little, I think it's vacation Bible school. It was something, little convention center thing. And our choir used to sing there every time. Bruh, at most our choir, it was, I was in the choir for a little minute. I sung probably 1 or 2 songs. Now, I was an usher. I was on the usher board. That's the best job, man. Chilling. I was chilling in the back. Chilling. Chilling with the old heads, bro. Watch all the hoes come in. The hoes that we did have. When I was young in my church, nigga, we had, man. I'm talking about like middle school, high school. Oh my gosh. There was so many girls, bro. Man, I had fun. Man, church used to be fun when I was young, man. Oh my gosh, I miss that shit. Woo. But anyway, our choir, I ain't gonna lie, well, some people died. Uh, Rest in peace to them. They on a good day, I'm talking about back in the day, on a good day, we had a good 12 to 15. And when I tell you, bro, when they sung, it could move mountains, bro. It could move mountains. Hell yeah, I cried a couple times. But they could move mountains, bro. And the second thing, the females. Them females be coming in with them tight ass skirts on. Shit. I stay the whole sermon. The pastor can preach 3 sermons and I'm there. Man, bruh, you want to see a motherfucking broad out and about? Meet her in church. Catch her in church. I'm talking about she gonna put in her, she gonna put on her flyest shit. She gonna put on her flyest shit. I'm talking about the little skirt with the heels, her done, her kids right. You feel me? She's smelling good, got the titties out. Like Eddie Griffin say, look like a booty on her chest. You feel me? Looking good. Woo! That's the only thing I like about church, the choir and the hose. That's it. Everything else, and the food. I like the food too. I like when they cook. Oh yeah. Oh, hey, let me give y'all this other experience with church. This lady, I used to work at this place. This lady, old lady, cool, sweet as hell. And by the way, everybody in church ain't bad people. And I ain't gonna say bad people because it ain't my call to call people good or bad, but it's some good people. It's some real cool people in church, bro. Every church I've been to, it's some cool people in church. So I'm not gonna act like everybody in church is fucked up and like what I was explaining, but there's some good people in church. She was one of them. Sweet, real sweet. Man, I'm talking about solid. So she invited me to her church. She had a guest speaker at her church. Old lady, probably like 60s, 70s. I'm talking about cool as hell. She invited me to her church. I'm like, I'm gonna go just for her. She had a guest speaker. Carlton Banks look him up. No, not Carlton Banks. Steve, he literally looked like Steve Urkel, like a cool Steve Urkel. This nigga came and they were cooking. She told me to come, and she said they were cooking. I was gonna come anyway, cause of her, only cause of her. And then when she said cooking, I was there early, so I went. I ain't come early. I was thinking like I'm gonna come early, so I went. So he preached good sermon, blah 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 blah. So the food came. We in the back eating in a little thing they had. So this nigga, I overheard. I told you they know how to put that volume and that tone at a perfect space where you can hear it. He was talking in third person. I really don't know how to explain that little thing to y'all, cause it ain't really third person. It's like I call it sneak dissing. I don't know if it's a term for it, but the nigga sneak diss me. So he talking to the lady. They at the table or whatever. No, I don't think she was at that table. She was at another table. He was talking amongst the other people at another table. She was at another table. So I get my food, and the little line, the little lunch line thing was right by their table. So I'm done getting my food. I'm walking to sit down. I'm passing that table. All I heard him say, somebody was like, "Why you think he came?" He was like, "For the food." And he said it at the perfect tone, bro. I'll tell you, they know how to do that shit. It's at a perfect tone where, like, you can hear that whole food. Sneak dissing. I call it sneak dissing. I don't really know the term for the shit. Sneak dissing. He was like, "For the food." And I'm like, I felt so disrespected. Not disrespected. I felt bad. 'Cause I'm like, bro, how you don't know me, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, initially, I came just because this lady asked me to come and she was cool as hell. The food was the icing on the cake. I was coming regardless. The food was just the icing on the cake. No, she was sitting at the table. She was sitting at the table. But it was another dude asked. No, I think she asked him. Did she ask him? But anyway, the nigga said, he said, for the food. For the food. Like, man, y'all niggas, man. Y'all really don't know a nigga, bruh. Really don't know a nigga. And I'm like, I'll just let you do what you do. You don't know shit about me, nigga. Like, you feel what I'm saying? The food was good. I left. And I think she asked me again to come. And you know what's crazy? You know, yep. She asked me that I wanted to come again. And then she said food after. That's, yep. I'm like, I'm good, man, I'm good. She like, we having another guest speaker and then we have some food. She kind of emphasized food. We having food. I'm like, man, that's fucked up, man. This lady really thought I went because of the food, bro. I said, I'm good, Miss So and So, yada yada yada. I'm good. This is in church, bro. This was in church. Ain't no morals, ain't no higher value of morals in church, nothing. And like I say, it's kind of no, it ain't no kind of. It is my fault for putting those people at a high regard, bro. It is my fault. It is, because I have to remember everybody. We human. We ain't perfect. So I had to apologize to myself, and I'm apologizing to the people too in that motherfucker for having me think that you was something that you not. And I ain't trying to say like you fake. Well, I feel like you are fake, but I'm saying like my apologies for thinking these folks is there. You know what I'm saying? Like, not perfect and not angels of light, but just, you know, at a higher regard than the average person out here. So that's my apologies. But no, I'm not fucking with church at all, bro. And I'm gonna tell people that you don't need a building with stained windows to have the Lord in you. 2 or more people is church. So, and you know what? I knew more about God with an old white man. I'm gonna say it again, with Zeph. I found more about the Lord than an old white man than a bunch of black preachers. So it ain't a black and white thing. It ain't a black and white thing. It really ain't a black and white thing. I found out more about the Lord and the world we really live in by an old white man and a couple other people. There's an old white man on the podcast. I found more about the Lord than a church full of 100 motherfuckers, 1,000 motherfuckers. You feel me? It's really pathetic and disgusting when every time I think about this shit. I learn more about the Lord, I learn more about the world than not going to church. I learn more how the world works outside of church. I learn more about spiritual warfare and about the devil outside of church. That's fucking crazy. That's like school. I learn more outside of school than in school. I learn more about money. I learn about money, period, outside of school. I learn more about math outside of school. In other words, these institutions that they put in front of us is bullshit. 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 All of it is bullshit. How I learn more outside of school than school, and I learn more about the Lord and faith and spirituality outside of church than in church. How? That's amazing, bro. Like my auntie used to say, that's amazing. Rest in peace. That's amazing. Yeah, man, like, man. Like I'm gonna say it one more time, I'm not knocking people who go to church. I ain't saying stop go to church. Stop going to church. Go to church. If you feel comfortable in church, the presence of the Lord in church, stay in church. Everybody got their own journey. I ain't knocking nobody for going to church. Go to church. If they help you in life, go to church. And for the people who feel like they need to, you don't. You don't need to go to church. Call on the Lord. That's number one. Call on the Lord. Mean it. Mean it from your heart. Lord, help me find my way. Help me find my way to you. Mean that shit. You have to mean that shit. Ain't no halfway crooks, nigga. You gotta mean that shit. You feel me? You gotta denounce all that bullshit. You gotta like, Lord, take me. Take me down. I'm just playing. You gotta be like, Lord, take me though. Take me, bro. For real. You beg, nigga. You gotta beg. Not if, no, beg. You gonna cry. I cried. I begged all that. I did all that, nigga. You feel me? I let that man know it. Bruh. I was like, bruh, Lord, I'm serious, bro. I boo-hoo, nigga, ugly face, all that, nigga. All that, nigga. I don't fuck these humans. I want you, bro. I don't care about none of these motherfuckers. I want you. You. You feel me? And I ain't never looked back. I want you. You only. Fuck these folks. I'm serious, bro. You think I'm playing? Oh, I'm dead ass. This was years ago. I'm like dead ass, bro. Fuck these folks. Bro, I'm like, fuck these folks. Bro, I want you only, bro. Fuck these motherfuckers. I ain't cuss. I didn't cuss. I'm just saying, I'm like, that's how I felt. I'm like, fuck these motherfuckers, man. What can I do to be with you only? I just want you. That's what you gotta be, man. That bunny. That little bunny on here in the commercial. Mother got sunglasses on. But yeah, people, all in all, man, that's why I don't go to church. You feel me? That's why I don't go. So it is what it is. Ali voice, Papa Leezy voice. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. I wish them motherfuckers get back cool, man. Ali and Nelly. Well, St. Lunatics and Nelly. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. So. Yeah. Man, I'll probably make a video on that, man. There we go. I don't know if I'm gonna make a video on that, bro. But anyway, y'all. Deuces.